This is the Still Don't Have a Name Yet Young Adult Podcast. We laugh, we question, and we talk about real life and real faith. We're glad you're here.
Full honesty, the mics gave us a fight this week. A few funky edits ahead, but it's worth the listen.
Pokemon open. Breaking Pokemon poop now. In Japan, Pokemon Legends Z through A mentions Pikachu pooping, but the game's English language translation adjusts the dialogue to Pikachu experiencing tummy troubles. Regardless, it's official Pokemon poop. And there's a picture of Pikachu.
It's just Pokemon
distraught.
Z. It's just Pokemon ZA.
Yeah, that does
Z
not
through
look
A.
like a normal bowel movement. That looks.
Yeah, is he all right?
That looks like
The
that,
Pokemon
I
poop
guess.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
It makes them feel more relatable, honestly. Like,
I feel like we knew it all along.
I mean,
I don't like this.
they have to do something. They
Right,
eat.
They eat. Where's
So
it go?
like, where does it go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think just the fact that it's out there in the open, like I think we do need to be more open and transparent about our bowel movements
Yeah.
and what that looks like.
Right. Like how you go 37 times a day.
Thanksgiving is just a couple days away, which is crazy. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's good. Football. All day.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh my!
It's Thanksgiving. We do this
My
every
family
year.
always does something different, and I'm gonna get together with family. Don't know which side.
Okay,
don't know
Ashley, what
we're
are you going
do.
to eat for Thanksgiving? You probably don't know either. Are you choosing turkey this year, or are you choosing turkey like last year?
I don't really like turkey.
Oh my!
One of our friends, their Thanksgiving they have ham. We were very
That's
shocked.
what would be quirky.
I would.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
like ham, but I would prefer like a rotisserie chicken on Thanksgiving.
Really? Because I'd prefer turkey because it's Thanksgiving.
Dear Lord,
But I
Ashley
don't
runs to
like
the gas station and picks up a rotisserie chicken.
I will not eat
Slap it on the table.
rotisserie chicken from a gas station. Does that exist?
I'm sure somewhere.
No,
Wouldn't
like
you know?
Wegmans rotisserie chicken.
What'd the pilgrims eat, huh?
Probably
Not
nothing
that.
we eat.
I don't like it.
You don't like turkey?
No,
Can you be content with turkey though?
I can. I can.
And gratitude.
I will be
You're
so happy
thankful,
with it.
yeah.
I am not making my own separate meal on Thanksgiving. I will eat the turkey. I will be happy as long as I can end with pumpkin pie.
Okay.
We talked about that last time we were
2
recorded.
episodes.
And about what the
Yeah.
grossest flavor of pie was.
She's
I'm
just-
not going to say
I
it.
don't like apple pie. We're coming back to the apple
What?
versus
You
pumpkin
didn't say
debate.
that before. You don't like apple pie?
No, not at
Oh
all.
my gosh.
I really don't like apples.
What about Oreo pie?
How-
I can mess up that.
Aren't you like
You know, Jordan's
Eve's
no
descendant?
longer here. We can get rid
Yeah,
of you too.
Now that Jordan is not here, I am
you are
alone
outnumbered.
on this island.
Yeah.
You were outnumbered before.
I know.
Now you're really outnumbered.
Public
All right.
service announcement. Jordan is not like gone for good. He's just not.
He's not
here
dead.
today.
He's not kicked off.
He's still with us.
He's just on vacation.
He turned into a little statue.
Yeah.
Well, Sasquatch.
What are you doing, Chris?
We'll have dinner with family. That's usually the big thing.
It's cool. What are you having for dinner?
Turkey.
That makes sense.
And my grandma's stuffing, which when my grandma was alive, she would put like 6 sticks. I don't know why that's funny. Okay.
I'm sorry, that was not you.
It's fine. She's with Jesus, so we can rejoice.
I miss her daily.
I'm sure you do. But when she was alive, she would make her stuffing with like 6 sticks of butter. Like it was
Oh my gosh.
insane. You would pull it out of the oven and it would just be like this.
Soupy.
Yeah. And then it would like settle into the bread.
Mm.
So my mom doesn't make it quite as rich. but-
This is a good start.
yeah. It's very distracting. We are all very distracted today.
You know what, though?
That's good. It shows that we're friends.
Yeah.
And we weren't paid to be here, which we're not. So
No,
it's
we're
fine.
not sponsored yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the Lions
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving.
Like live? Or
No, that's
Oh.
that's on my bucket list. Bailey and I have
Thanksgiving
talked
Lions.
about that, and she is not thrilled with that because she's like, "Oh, it's a holiday," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's been a holiday forever, and it matters to me that I want to go watch the Lions play in person because they always play on Thanksgiving." For those of you who don't know, usually it's a letdown. Like insert the Family Guy. Like, what are you guys doing? Aren't you supposed to be losing a game today?
Oh, crap. Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
Yeah, I know that
And
one.
it's like usually they do. We won last year for the first time in 7 years,
Wow.
which was wonderful. This year we play the Packers. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And so I'll watch a lot of football. I'll probably play some football. Be my first real game action since my knee injury. So we'll see how that goes. I will not be able to plan anything, and I will eat a lot of food, a lot of pie. I'll take a bite of pumpkin pie because Bailey will be like, "You should try this," and I'll be like, take a ton of whipped cream and be like, great, here we go.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to New York City for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but it's always been one of those like, are you able to get home in time for dinner? I don't know.
I think you can eat dinner whenever. You can only see a parade when the parade happens or
That's
football when
true.
football happens.
That's true.
I hear it's not as magical in person though.
It's really not.
It would
from what I
make
hear.
sense that it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
The TV magic.
Yeah. I hear it's a lot shorter in person.
Really?
It's like
Who's the announcer? Who's the one announcer?
I think it's Chris.
He's always
Allen.
got the red
Al
mic.
Roker.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't get to hear his
I know.
dulcet
I
tones.
know.
That's a good point.
Well, so I'm gonna play football in the morning, but then after that, I also have family dinner where we're gonna be eating turkey because Thanksgiving. Probably will spend a majority of the day also watching football. Go to Sophia's family's house. It'd be a good day.
What are the other games?
When are the other games?
What are they?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. Thanksgiving
I
is
will not
like
be watching
this week.
football.
Yes, you will.
No, I will not.
Yes, you will.
We got Packers Lions.
You're not
That'll
gonna
be a
be
good
there.
one.
Actually, you will be there probably at some point.
Then it actually gets downhill very quick for those football fans. I'm so sorry that this is our Thanksgiving. Chiefs Cowboys.
Oh, all right.
Like that actually might be one of the better games, but like nobody likes watching the Chiefs or the
Yeah, it's kinda
Cowboys.
weird.
This at the beginning of the year was going to be a great game. It's now not. Bengals at Ravens
I knew that's what it was going to
is
be.
a rough game.
Yeah, at this
to end
point,
the
that's
night
not a
with.
good start.
But you can sleep through it with your tryptophan turkey coma.
That's not bad.
I think I said that word wrong, but
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, it sounded. I think it was right.
sick.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
We're grateful for you.
Sure. Yeah, we got an episode to get into now, don't we?
Yep.
Maybe.
So let's continue talking about gratitude. Last
Mhm.
episode, we kind of kicked off a conversation on gratitude and contentment and had a really good conversation around that. Have you guys had any thoughts since our last conversation on things that stuck out to you when it comes to gratitude or any epiphanies that anyone's had about contentment?
Well, I think I put 2 and 2 together of why we're talking about this month with Thanksgiving.
Last
That
episode-
is an epiphany.
Last episode, Hunter thanked me for that, and then you thanked me. Yeah.
I
Trevor
was
didn't listen when
I
I
was
talked.
listening. But no, I think like we always get sentimental around the holidays, and like that's okay. It's kind of like a New Year's tradition of like, oh, like I'm gonna start going to the gym. But like I think just really hammering in that point of like this should be a practice that we do,
Mhm.
so that way it does come out of the overflow of like just our normal conversation. That like even talking amongst you guys, the next time Chris asks, "Hey, how are you guys doing?" Like I'm content, or I've got this really good thing going on in my life, and like instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm good,"
You don't have to ask for a new question.
don't have
You
to ask for a
actually
new
can answer
question then, right? And I think that way we're able to just really have that flow out of us. And so that's something that I've been trying to implement and just even be more grateful as I start my day and end my day.
I'm going to apologize for being fiery about our opener question.
It's okay.
Because,
We'll see if it makes the editing
because
cut.
I need to
It might.
just like think through what my answer is going to be. Just simple like, "Oh, I'm good," or "I'm tired." When "How are you?" But like, I think that my epiphany since the last episode is just having an awareness of really reflecting on how I am doing,
Mhm.
like real life. How am I doing? And being open with friends of like
Sure.
not just being like, "I'm good." Like I'm feeling fruitful and fulfilled this morning.
Grateful.
I'm feeling grateful for the beautiful sunrise as I drove into church to record with you guys.
Hmm.
Or I'm just like, I'm so grateful to be here with all of you that we get to do this together. So
I'm still grateful for that pizza.
yeah,
From last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys for going to pick it up.
This is a cute little date.
Anytime.
It was.
Fun.
So I so badly wanted to start this episode with, just very dryly saying the lyrics to Gratitude. Like all my words fall short.
I've got nothing new.
How could I express
My gratitude.
all my gratitude?
All my gratitude.
Guys, that was
Whatever.
so
Oh,
good. We
Ashley
didn't
blew
even
it.
practice that. That was amazing.
We could just keep singing these songs. There's
we
nothing
often
new.
do.
Now what's the line? No one
How
has.
could I
Every song
express-
must end,
Oh,
All my gratitude.
but you never do.
yeah, I think it was that one.
I did the remix.
But
It's the Trevor remix.
I wanted to start the podcast that way, but I didn't. We put it in there. So
Good work.
thank you. But continuing to talk about gratitude, and actually something that you brought up, Ashley, so when we think about gratitude practically, what would you say is something that we can like practice in our daily lives? Like, what is a tangible thing that we can do to practice gratitude? Last episode, we talked about how it's a spiritual discipline. Spiritual disciplines tend to have action steps
Mhm.
connected to them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys feel like would be like action steps for practicing gratitude?
I think going back to the GOG again, for sure, the gratitude log that we talked about last episode. If they're listening to this, you guys have heard of that already, so I'm not going to expand too much on it, but just each day writing down things that you are grateful for. And I had talked about how Thanksgiving is like the perfect time to do it, but it is something where you have to be really intentional outside of Thanksgiving to do as well, of just, taking some time in the morning, maybe even put it as part of like your prayer time in the morning of like, God, I'm going to start out this prayer with gratitude. I'm going to start by thanking you for either something you've made or just the way I've seen you in my life, and starting your prayer with it.
I think that having those times set apart is really important. I also think being open and vulnerable with people of like, hey, I want to grow in this. Then people can call you out on your crap. Because if you're sitting there complaining and you're like, oh, they messed up my food again, or I was late because I was stuck in traffic, and like you just kind of become a complaining person, you can go, hey, you told me you wanted to grow in gratitude. Like, what's something you're grateful for? Or how can you spin that and be, content in it at least, or be grateful for it instead of just trying to go through it alone, because our minds are so wired to be negative. Having somebody else who can listen for it and be like, oh, hey, remember you said that thing? And you'll probably go, I did say that thing. I'm so grateful for you. But that's a great way I found too.
I'll be on your spin team.
Yeah, I've literally I have actually done that where I've told a couple of people, they would come up to me and they would be like, hey, do you have something encouraging or nice to say? Like, do you have something to be thankful for? And at first I was like, how dare you say this to me? And then I realized no, this is actually one of the healthiest places to be with kind of who we are and what we do. But why would you not, want to do that and expect that growth?
Right.
And want that growth. Like, why would you not want to, if you were your younger self that was trying to learn how to ride a bike and there was someone there who could help you, why would you not want to take that help and learn how to do that? So yeah, that's huge, because it really shifts the perspective, especially if you're blind to it, because a lot of us can be very blind to it, of taking a moment to be thankful for the things in our lives. So, any other practices that anybody has?
My mind immediately went to what Trevor shared, just being accountable to each other, the gratitude when we are struggling to feel it, whether we're aware of it or not. I feel like your example was like, you're not aware of it and you've asked someone to call you out on it, but like even the acknowledgement of like, hey, I see that I'm struggling with this, and whether it's a certain scenario, seeking out, wanting to have the perspective of gratitude, practice just allowing other people into those moments.
Yeah.
Now I'm eating the microphone. yeah, but I continuously gratitude log, like you had mentioned, and I found that that's a super helpful practice because it's just actively like, starting your day. That like I'm going to, even when it doesn't feel like I have anything to be grateful for, I'm gonna write down simple, practical things that I can be grateful for.
Yeah.
I think even just slowing down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just slowing down. You don't have to rush through it.
Yeah. But like all of that in general, like taking, shut Instagram off, shut the social media off, turn the things off that make you literally counterproductive to being grateful. Because I have never met someone who goes to Instagram and doesn't 4 reels in wish, oh, I want to be able to make that, cook that, travel there, have that, whatever it is.
Usually takes 5 for me.
Yeah. Still, it's less than 10, right? Like most people are going to find something and they're going to be like, oh man, I wish this other thing was different. So, the slowing down thing is a huge, like, game changer. And you don't actually think it's tied to gratitude, but it really is when you let it sink in.
Yeah.
So this question is the the easy yes, no question, but we'll dig into it a little bit. So do you think culture makes it harder to live with a grateful heart?
Obviously.
Yes.
I didn't
Cool,
think
move on.
Next question. Why or why not?
So when you were talking, I was thinking about how the opposite of gratitude can be simply like an ungrateful heart. But I feel like it's easy to stray away from it when you're just distracted. Like it's not even like you're in like a negative attitude of like, I have nothing to be grateful for. But a lot of times it's just like, I'm so busy, I'm so distracted, I have so much going on that you just forget to be grateful, or you forget about the things in life and you just like lose sight of it. So I feel like with the culture that we talk about, it's just like so filled with rush and hurry all the time that it's easy to lose sight of the simple things to be grateful for. So yeah, that's kind of where I land.
Yeah, I guess another layer to the question could be, do you think culture I have the question. Let me frame it. So the question was, do you think our culture makes it harder? Do you think it always made it harder? Do you think our culture always made it harder?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that, living in a secular age and previous ages also being secular, like, you obviously, Christ has been around for a while. Bible has been around for a while, but you still have a lot of people who don't believe in Christ, who aren't living out what he has for us. I bring it back to like the 1800s. We're talking about things that we were like either grateful for or not. I feel like one of the things you saw back then probably was people had better horses than other people. You know what I mean? Like,
I was so wondering where this was going.
I'm sure that has been an issue for a while of like, you can struggle to be grateful for what you have when you see that John Wilkes people have better things and you're like, oh, I kind of want that, or I'm going to live in a mindset of that should be mine instead of theirs. And then you're not grateful for the things that God has provided for you.
Yeah, that was the topic of the sermon that I referenced in our last episode. It was on greed and envy. I feel like that's the root of so much of it.
Yeah, well, so interestingly enough, in my mind, I kind of went to it feels like at least our society in the West was more grateful, like during the Great Depression or things like that, where
were you there?
No.
Oh.
But theoretically we're
sorry, I had to make an old joke.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Not that old. So I wonder like if that was, our framework, our reference point is this kind of culture of excess. But the culture of excess, at least in the West, really didn't begin until after World War II. And that's when overproduction of things started happening. I remember having this conversation with my grandfather. You used to, when you bought a car, you would go to the dealership, but the dealership did not have more than like with that color, that trim, and then they would
Right.
go make it.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of me starts to think like, did culture used to be from as best as it could be a more grateful culture because there wasn't the excess that was always there. You know, you didn't have all that. I don't know.
I think that's
wasn't
an
there.
interesting point. Like there's the thing that says it takes a village to raise a child, right? And I think even in a culture, we've kind of gone away from that like we are so segmented in our lives and there's such a comparison of like, well, our life compared to their life. And I'm going to parent this way, or I'm going to do this way. And there is a lack of community helping raise families and to be better people that I just think that back then when you were kind of forced to go talk to your neighbor and you couldn't have groceries delivered to your house and you couldn't I did once have to go ask a neighbor for sugar and like that was kind of humbling and funny and weird and uncomfortable, but like that communal aspect of like we're sharing what we have, our resources, we're pooling them together to actually further the group of us because together we can go much further. School that's like kind of struggling a little bit,
Right.
But like I do think that it probably was a little bit of a separate type of culture where it was like, oh, let's actually all try to do this together.
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt says comparison is the thief of joy, which I think is very accurate. But Mark Twain also says comparison is the death of joy, which is a little bit more drastic of like, you can't like if you are comparing yourself to others, you are like getting rid of any chance of you having joy. Now I think the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. Like I think comparison can steal joy. You could also do it in a very negative way and be like, look what I've got and they don't have it. But I would argue that that's not real joy then. That's
something to prove.
Right. That's pride, which pride is not joy. It might feel like joy, but it's actually not. And so I think that even just learning to not compare is super important and like realizing that we are doing life together. Like, yeah, sure, borrow my car. Sometimes the horn works. Sometimes it doesn't.
More often than not, it doesn't.
More often than not, it doesn't, or it made that weird noise when we were going to go pick up the pizza. But like, I'm grateful for what I've got. And yeah.
How often do you need your horn?
I don't use
Trevor's
it.
horn is consistently broken and does not work when you
Not
push
because
it.
I use it. No, I did have to use it this
Yeah.
morning, though, on the way to get pizza. There was a gentleman, he was driving in the middle of two lanes
Oh my God.
with his blinker on.
Just chilling.
And
right
so
now.
I went to the
Yeah.
other side of the road, and let's just say I hope that man gets to where he's going and doesn't have to drive again.
So did the horn work?
Oh, my horn worked. I didn't honk at him, though, because I felt discernment that said whoever's driving does not need that this morning.
And then it was an older man, so he did not need it this morning.
He might not have heard it.
It might have just been like, or like a.
Oh, gosh.
There's no actual depth to it. Been bothering me since we started.
Thanks,
Oh,
Ashley.
Ashley.
What?
Nothing.
I'm
Nothing
glad as
at
the
all.
episodes go on, we get more and more comfortable. It's
This is
it's
good.
needed.
Sorry.
Okay. So, in continuing that conversation on, well, we're continuing the conversation on gratitude for like what you were saying, Trevor, with the way community kind of used to operate and how we were much more connected, I guess you could say, as people. What role do you think that thankfulness plays in like a healthy church community? So I think the church, I'll tee up the question, but I think the church today is our best hope at some of what used to be with how we had community. So what do you think it looks like where thankfulness plays that role that makes it healthy, you know?
Jordan, what do you think?
Or Jordan?
That's good.
No, I think the church, it starts at the top, right? Like, it can be very easy to be like, oh, our church has 25 people and that church has 125 people. Like, that's real. That sucks. Or like, they've got the newest and greatest production equipment and we're, using stuff from the 70s. Or like, look at their kids' spaces compared to ours. But like when you realize that we're doing this all together, that they are furthering the mission and kingdom of
Yeah.
Christ, and that when we are furthering the mission and kingdom of Christ, it's like, oh, I'm so glad that you had your highest attendance ever. I'm so glad that somebody generously donated kingdom resources
Yeah.
for you to help further the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we get that right within the church and don't compare churches to churches, I think that is a really great place to start, because we can get so caught up in what we're doing of like, well, our church has it right. I love our church. Our church is a lot right. We're not perfect, and we never will claim to be. But I also love the churches in the area. I love that God is moving in the other churches in our area, and I'm so happy to see that. And so then when that is your church community and you start to see that, then that will trickle down through the rest of your life of like, oh, I'll tithe, or I'll give to this, or I will, help this charity out, or like I'll go volunteer my time here, or I'll help somebody move, or like I'll just be more generous because I know what God has given me. And like they talk about it, we're blessed to be a blessing. And so when we realize that like we actually get something in return when we are generous, how much more so will we be content in that? But then God will be like, I got you.
Yeah.
It's fire.
I thought you were gonna come back with something right there, but
Nah, he's just
No, I
affirming.
thought that was really
He's
good.
just affirming Trevor.
Just
Yeah,
affirming Trevor.
I think it makes sense that it starts at the top, because when you do have like, God should be our first priority, and he calls us to love and serve people. That's a pretty constant thing. And I think that and gratitude do go hand in hand together for sure. And I think Trevor laid that out pretty well there.
Yeah. And it is such a quick comparison trap that the church can get into. And then how are we any better than what we do, in our personal lives? So it is as a collective group of people, if we can get that, like if we can understand it and we can practice it, it changes the way a lot looks. Because I think it becomes that much more attractional to people who don't know the Lord either, because they're looking at things and they're like, why are you just like so freely gonna go mow their lawn, or go help them do landscaping, or you gave them how much money? Like it's just a radical shift in what we have normally as a society.
We get that as young adults. Like there's some of us who listen to this who are married and have kids, or who are just starting a family, but like this has generational impact. Like it will work its way up.
Yeah.
Like older people who are seeing this are like, you aren't growing up in the generation that I did, where we had this, and like, it's like, no, I'm content in what God has given me. But also if you start this now, when probably is not going to be the most money you'll ever make, probably won't be the biggest house you live in. You might be single, you might be married, you might have kids, you might not. Like you're kind of just starting into what it's like to be an adult, a functioning adult in this world. If you can be content now in your potentially little or lack, then that will trickle on through your marriage, down to your kids. And as you continue to generate more, sorry, I was drinking his water and it made me laugh. Continue to generate more, like you won't then want to more, because you'll be content now.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that we get this now. It'll be only harder if you try to search for the things of more, and you never get satisfied.
Yeah. And that 20s and 30s, that is the time, because the world tells you it's got to be bigger, better, larger, everything. And if we can get that now, like how much different will our lives look? Not in a bad way either, but just saying like, no, I don't actually need all of those things. I don't actually need to have, whatever it might be, fill in the blank, because there's something that all of us are like, hey, I really want more of. And yeah, what would that do for the kingdom if you were able to then take those resources and be able to pour them into what God's got planned for your life? Good stuff. I try so hard not to say it. And then it
No,
just comes
Chris,
out as
it's
good
so
stuff.
iconic for you. I love it.
I know.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I can think of a few better options for sure. Like any other thing I've ever heard.
All right. Well, that was just mean. Okay. So piggybacking off that, we kind of touched on it, but how do you think gratitude can become a witness to the world around us? Touched on it a little bit, but
I think this is kind of funny, but also kind of true. I think that it's like the pass it forward chain. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tim Robinson skit where he does the pass it forward chain.
55 burgers, 55 fries.
55 fries. But like
It's also
that,
pay it
pay it back.
backward.
No, it's pay it forwards. He's paying it backwards, but it's called paying it forwards. You're
I
paying
think
it forwards to the person who comes after you, but like
Okay.
my point being, I do think that it is something where it can be like a once somebody is showing gratefulness, that is almost contagious.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to be someone who is not feeling grateful for things. If everybody around you is like, oh, I'm super grateful for this. So if you're the person that starts that and is intentional about with people around you, I feel like it can become a really good witness to the world around us because, again, once one person does a blank, you know, but you can live that out without saying it too. Your actions show gratefulness. So when that becomes something that is something you do, it's like the pass it forward behind train thing.
Pay it.
Yeah.
just pay it along.
Pay it
Pay it
along.
in some direction. It doesn't matter.
One of the
which
ways
one.
it's getting paid.
Yeah. No, it's a good example. Yeah, I feel like it just like it sets the tone in the room. What?
I hear stomping around.
Oh, good grief. Okay. No, but I feel like it helps, yeah, set the tone in the space with who you're with. Whether you're like with your community or you're just like with random people, and it helps to like, yeah, set the tone for the space of the people that you're with.
Yeah.
It's contagious. Gratitude's contagious.
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt. I'm gonna cross stitch it on a pillow.
There you go.
I'm leaning into the grandma thing.
That's good.
Grandma core.
Real. I think it is a witness because bad things are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we see even in scripture, Psalm 9:1, this is the tag at the beginning. For the director of music, to the tune of the death of the son, a psalm of David. So like that's kind of, there's a lot going on there. I will give
referring to when David's child died, I'm guessing.
I believe so.
Child
I
that he
didn't-
had with Bathsheba.
I
right?
believe so.
Yeah.
I didn't fully look into that, but it should be. We'll say it is. I will give thanks to you, Lord, with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. So even in a harsh moment, I'm still going to give. He's doing it again.
Would you cut it out?
I'm thirsty.
Move the microphone. Thank you. You locked eyes with me. Proverbs 17:22. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. And so even in hard moments, being cheerful and being honoring to God and being grateful for what he's given us will help us actually be healthy. And people will go, you should be crumbling right now. You should be like hard pressed and you should be like, I can't do this anymore. But when you're in a hard moment and you're like, no, I'm okay. People will go, what? And you'll go, well, because I know God's got it and I'm grateful for this. And look at what God has given me. Look at my community. Look at the blessings that God has. Like I was able to fill up my gas tank today, or there was a sunrise, or sometimes even just I'm here is enough. Habakkuk 3:17-18. Though the fig tree does not bud and there are no grapes on the vine, though the olive crop fails and the fields produce no food.
You almost caught yourself before you said that too.
No food. Though there are no sheep in the pen and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God, my Savior.
Amen.
Like, I think these are just really great ways of like, oh, it doesn't have to be all sunshine and rainbows. Like, it's going to be okay. And that is a testament. When you're okay, when it's not okay, that's a testament to God.
Yeah. And even, I would even go a step further. Even if you're not okay when it's not okay, but you know where
You're
your
okay that you're
source,
not okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you know where that's, I remember just walking through grief and loss with both my grandparents and two friends who've lost their parents very recently, very young. You know, it's okay that we're not okay, but like, we know where the hope is coming from. Like, we know where that source of strength, and have a grateful heart. And it is a life-changing testament to a world that just does not see that the same way.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
I feel like it's very normal for people to just like reside in their sorrow and just like let it crush them.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah, this sucks and I'm sad. I'm just gonna drown under the weight of it. And I feel like that's been so normalized. And like people are like, yeah, feel your grief, feel your loss. Like, yes, feel your feelings. But I feel like it's so normal to just like sink in it and to not and to think that that's okay.
Yeah.
Instead of like looking up and acknowledging that like even in the roughest times that like my God is still good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we know what ultimately the end is, right? Like, we ultimately know what we believe and have the hope for.
Yeah.
We're not after something that doesn't exist.
Right.
You know, we're going after something that we can be sure of, that we can trust.
Yeah. And I think it's important to realize that we can't do this without God. Like, you can't actually truly be content and joyful in all things without him.
Right.
So it's a very commonly quoted scripture, but I'm going to read before it and then I'll read it because it actually has a precursor. Philippians 4:11 through 13. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content in whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. So that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength is in talking about contentment. I can be content in all things through God who helps me be content.
Yeah.
That's not saying I'm going to go dunk on LeBron James because I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
But isn't that the verse?
I can be content knowing that I can't dunk on LeBron James.
But we can be content in all things through him who gives us the strength to be content and okay with it. 1 Thessalonians 5:18, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. God's will for us is not something that we can't achieve. God's will is for us is what he wants us to achieve, and he wants to help us achieve it. And so we need to find our strength in that, not on our own and like, I'm just going to be happy through it all and I'm just going to smile through the pain. No, I'm content. Content means I'm good, I'm not good, I'm whatever. I'm content and I'm okay. And I'm okay with not being okay.
Yeah.
And so doing that through his strength is what's really important.
Yeah. So good. So good. And that, I mean, that's that Philippians verse is wild how out of context we take 4:13 because we apply it to, I really want to run a marathon. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
I put it on my eye black playing football as a kid.
Yeah.
Now I'm realizing I should have been content with losing.
Or just content.
Right.
But yeah, like the context helps so much.
Yeah.
And it's funny how sometimes people will, they'll say that certain people in the Bible like didn't get us. You know, like, well, they wouldn't have understood. They wouldn't have known. Whatever you could say. But he lays it out right there.
Yeah.
But I know what it is to have plenty. I know what it is to have nothing. Like, he just covered the entire spectrum. Now, I don't know if that means he, had rags to riches or riches to rags, like where the whole of the story is.
Yeah.
But, he's essentially saying, start to finish, I've experienced it, and this is the outcome that I'm finding from it.
Yeah.
What a mature place to be.
Yeah, that Paul
Way to
guy.
go, Paul.
I feel like we're all working on it.
Yeah. one of the questions that was in here that we were going to look at was talking about how do you reconcile the command to give thanks in all circumstances, 1 Thessalonians, with real life pain and grief. Like, how do you reconcile? And I love how it says, how do you reconcile the command? Like, we miss that part too. That verse is a command.
Do
like,
this.
It's,
Right.
It's a do this. Because in moments that I've had in pain or grief, that's definitely not been the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to pause?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's somebody out there. That door is not see-through. I'm content with whoever walks through that door.
I'm not.
Do we want to just go check? All right. So to wrap up today,
I'm going to hijack this.
go ahead.
I'm going to
Hijack me.
hijack it. So Psalm 100 verse 4 says, enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. So we're going to end with that as we're heading into Thanksgiving, as we are being thankful for this season, thankful and blessed, not something and stressed, whatever a pillow at Hobby Lobby might say.
I think that's what it says. Not something in stress.
What is something
Depressed.
I know, I was going to say depressed and
Yeah.
stressed.
Thankful and blessed, not depressed and stressed.
That's good.
Good. We are thankful and blessed, not depressed and stressed.
Oh.
And I think it's important that we remember that. And so as we go into Thanksgiving, what is one thing, small thing, big thing, whatever, that you are grateful for? I'll go first. I would say Bailey is a big one.
The Balinator.
Balinator. Just very grateful for her. She makes me blessed, not stressed, most of the time. No, I love her, and she's great. That's been a very big thing for me. Just in the season, we're learning a lot of things, just moving forward together, and it's just a really exciting time. And just grateful for her in that sense. And gotta shout out my boy Dan Campbell. I'm so grateful for Dan Campbell. He has turned the Lions around. And
I was about to say, who is Dan Campbell? So thank you.
I love that man so much. Not as much as Bailey, but I love Dan Campbell, and I'm very grateful.
I only know who that is because of you.
Yeah, so I grew out a goatee at one point.
Oh my God.
I would say I'm grateful for health and family. Both have kind of taken interesting turns the last couple years. And so I'm just grateful that at this point, you know, everyone's health, the Lord's restored a lot of my family's health. And we've been able to just have really good memory making times together as a family. So I would say that's a big one for me.
Yeah, love that. I would say I'm grateful for just my relationships. I've always just sought the Lord so deeply throughout my teenage and young adult years, like early years, for just close friendships. And the Lord has been, he has just poured it over upon my life, just the incredible people he's brought into it. And I've been like really living in that recently. Like I feel like I've gotten to a much more vulnerable, close state with a lot of my close friends.
Yeah.
And family, and just growing to new depths in relationship. And I'm grateful for the people, and then also for the Lord helping to lead me into a deeper relationship with those people too.
That's good too. Funny enough, I was also going to say relationships.
Not Bailey.
I was waiting for Dan Campbell.
Either Bailey or Dan Campbell was the other place I was going to go. Yeah. No, but with Sophia, things are just really good, and she's very cool. So she's definitely one that I'm grateful for. But then my friends too, like Trevor, Ashley, Chris, Jordan, rest his soul. But my other friends as well. Like I agree with what you're saying, Ashley. Just being able to have those deep relationships where like they're very God-centered relationships, which is cool. And yeah, just support.
That's awesome.
Hallelujah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, we're entering winter, so we don't have to hear that again.
Winterluya.
Winterluya.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll use that one.
Why not?
Well, I appreciate your guys' conversation on gratitude and
Grateful for it.
Yeah, very
Content
grateful
with
for
it.
Yeah, I'm content with where this podcast ended today.
Mhm.
It feels like it's in a good spot.
Yeah.
I won't hijack it again. I did last episode, but Trevor, tell the people where we're at.
You know what time it is.
Facebook,
We're not on Facebook. Fud.
Twitter.
But this podcast, I hope, has blessed you guys. I hope this has been something that you are grateful for, and that this is something that you get to enjoy with your ear holes. And so I just,
I am not grateful for that.
we ask that you would just share this with your friends. We want to be people of contentment and of gratitude. And I feel like we had a really great conversation that can help people who are constantly searching, as we're heading into Black Friday and Christmas of like more, and more, like giving them the truth of like, no, like here's how you can actually truly be content.
Yeah.
And so share this with your friends. We're on Instagram at @LCB_young adults, at still don't have a name yet, young adult podcast on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, and on YouTube. So find us there, share it with your friends, share the reels, comment on them, whatever it may be. But like, just try to drive that engagement up as we are trying to help spread the good news to people and just really help people be content in where they're at.
Yeah, let's grow the fam. Why not?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Enjoy your rotisserie
From
chicken.
ours to yours.
I will.
Bye, guys.
This has been the Still Don't Have a Name Yet Young Adult Podcast. Real life, real faith, and a space you belong. Follow along at LCB_young adults. We'll catch you next time.